Ray Binkowski from FitWorkz in DeKalb, Illinois, with the one and only Lisa Brandt at Hy Vee in Sycamore. And we're talking a little bit about some of those seasonal vegetables that you might be taking out of the garden in the backyard in sometimes ridiculously huge quantities. I think of my own cucumbers and tomatoes that I don't know what I'm going to do with. And then even like Wiltsey's, one of our local farms, was here at the Hy Vee today doing stuff with corn and some other things. But
yeah, they roasted corn, and we carry a lot of their produce.
And a lot of times people look at it and they're like, well, what am I going to do with corn? And Lisa, you mentioned a recipe, which you grabbed a copy of.
Right.
Walk us through that.
Sure.
So give us an idea of what we can do with corn.
Okay, so I got the recipe out of Eating Well magazine. So this is like one of my favorite magazines.
Where can you get the magazine?
You can get it here in our store. You can get it anywhere. You can subscribe to it. Wherever magazines are sold. So they have some really great ideas in there. And I love that. I get tons of ideas. So this one is called an heirloom tomato and summer vegetable salad. And it basically uses tomatoes, any tomatoes you have, cherry tomatoes, these are Mighty Vine, any kind you have. It calls for some corn. And what you're going to do with it, you're not even going to cook it. That's the best part. All you're going to do is take that ear of corn. We should have done this ahead of time.
It's fun watching you do that live on tape.
And then you're just going to take it off of there. Of course, you're going to take care of all this stuff in here. But to save time, you get the idea. So you're just going to use the corn.
Here we go.
You have 4 viewers already.
We'll keep
and they're like,
oh
no.
We're still live, so just keep going.
Live. So we're still live. We had a little bit of malfunction there, you guys. But anyways, you get the idea. You're going to cut the corn off of there. Now, who thinks to use the corn raw? Even the first time I looked at this recipe, I was like, really, just raw corn? But yeah, it works.
And that's something if you have kids. Like I have a 5 and a 3-year-old, and they like corn. They like corn on the cob. And one day when I brought it home, they were hungry. They were excited that we got fresh corn from the farmer's market. They wanted it now, so I just removed the husk, and I gave it to them. Like, there's nothing that says the corn must be cooked. And again, when you look at kids, to steal your verbiage, don't yuck their yum. If they're excited about vegetables, don't wreck it by telling them it has to be cooked first if it's not something that's going to make them sick. Peel the husk off and let them have it.
Right. So you can take that. You take the corn. You take your zucchini squash. You take your summer squash, your tomatoes. You add a little bit of, mix ahead of time some honey and a little bit of apple cider vinegar, a little pepper, a little salt. Mix that all together. Put it on top of there. You can do some onion if you have onions in your garden right now. So mix that all together. You have this really fresh, beautiful, yummy summer salad that's really quick and easy.
And you can very easily control the calories or macros or points or whatever it is if you're actually counting. Again, we tend to prescribe to eat by color where there's no counting, but if you are counting, you can manipulate what goes into it. I like the use of the vinegar. It's great for digestion, and it's another way to keep a boring, same old salad from being boring.
Yeah, and it has a really fresh taste. Vinegar's a little tart, but I kind of like that, and I enjoy that. It feels very fresh, and it tastes very fresh.
Now, we have a spiralizer. We won't use the real name because it's creepy. This is another great way to do salad different. So Lisa's actually spinning a fresh cucumber, and we did this. You can go on eatbycolor.com, click the recipes.
How fun is this?
We have a recipe. I did the exact same thing a week ago with cucumber. Not only is it fun, and again, kids like different and fun. My kids love cucumber, but this is a fun way to get them to eat even more of it, especially when it's hot and humid out, because it ups your daily water intake. And you can also spin potatoes.
So this is a sweet potato. Now this is fun.
And right there I'm seeing curly fries, and we can take the deep frying out. We can bake that in the oven. Yeah. We can season it with Himalayan sea salt or cinnamon and go sweet.
Yeah. It's awesome. Look at that. And now who doesn't love this? This is lots of fun, and it's actually kind of fun to eat that way, and your kids will really love it.
And it's a great way to engage the kids. And one of the things I tried, and it was kind of my intent failed, I wanted to make sweet potato waffles, so I actually spiralized a couple of sweet potatoes. I actually cooked them after I spiralized them, then I ran them in or put them into my waffle maker. They didn't come out as a pressed together waffle like I hoped. In part, I don't think I used enough, but they were crispy, almost like chips or almost like a flat French fry, which again, it was fun for the kids, healthy, and different.
And, this comes with different tools. You can do thin spirals, and you can do a ribbon cut. And if you do the ribbon cut, I could really see throwing a bunch of those on a baking tray with a little bit of olive oil and just baking them up in the oven. They'd be great.
Maybe hitting them with salt. And I like the idea of the cinnamon. So again, seasonal vegetables. If you have your own garden, you're going to be getting a bounty, hopefully, right, of things like tomatoes or cucumber. And all of us are always looking,
zucchini,
what do you do with all of it, and how do I eat it fast enough? Here's some ideas. You can check out your local Hy Vee, and if they've partnered with Wilties like our local Hy Vee has, there's lots of farm fresh produce. This gives you an idea of what you can do, engage the kids, and make it fun.
Yeah, as it should be.
The recipe we mentioned today, I will put up on eatbycolor.com sometime probably tomorrow. And then I do have the recipes that I used my spiralizer at home last week on Eat by Color today. So if you're bored with another salad, check it out, steal some ideas. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks. Bye-bye.